Hey guys, it's Angie, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, share this video. Please like this video, like this video, so that way I can be on the algorithm for other people. I don't really care about subscriptions too much. I care about my content being viewed, pretty much. I care about my views. Thank you to those who donate. Haven't got some donations in a while. So donations is what keeps me flowing on my channel. The more donations I get, the more videos I put out. If you don't see me putting up videos, it's because I'm not receiving donations. So if you need to book a conversation with me, you can do so. It's $15 for 30 minutes, $30 for 1 hour, where I can counsel you through healing or giving you advice through narcissism. I can help you understand certain zodiac signs and also spiritual experiences that you may be going through. I can help you with that. So if y'all get those donations in, y'all get more content from me. All right, so today I want to talk about being the daughter of a narcissist. I had a narcissistic stepfather, and for a while I thought maybe my biological father was codependent, but the more I thought about it, he wasn't. He was a narcissist as well, which is really, really unfortunate for my mother, because that means that I'm not sure if her first husband was a narcissist. I'm not really sure. My brother's father, I'm not too sure if he's a narcissist. He seems pretty cool to me. He had his ways, but definitely when I thought about it, my biological father wasn't codependent at all. He was more of a, I would say he was more of a, was he really a covert narcissist? I would say he was more of a covert narcissist only because he was a charmer type. But he had overt characteristics at times. He was a Sagittarius. If you know Sagittarius, they be all over the place, okay? Man or woman, they are pretty wild individuals. But anyway, yes. So some of you may not know, or some of you may have daddy issues. So this is for my ladies out there who have problems when it comes to dating, loving, caring for yourself, self-esteem. The narcissistic father impacts your love life, impacts your self-esteem, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. Sorry if you see the glow. I have a selfie light on my phone so that y'all could be able to see me. Anyway, so having a narcissistic stepfather that I grew up with in the home, and then having the biological narcissistic dad, really impacted my self-esteem and me knowing how to love a man, the love and the settling. Okay, so most likely if you did have a narcissistic father, you most likely settled. You most likely are settling when it comes to love and romance, when it comes to your self-esteem. Even if you didn't have a narcissistic father, but you didn't have a father who nurtured you, who loved you, who told you you're beautiful, who gave you the standard, who gave you the standard of how a man should treat you. This is just water. Who gave you the standard of how a man should treat you. So my narcissistic biological father had no interest in me whatsoever. He did not show pretty much love and care. I was basically used as bait to piss my mother off. And the narc doesn't really love his children. He does not care about his children. His main factor was my mother, and my mother divorced him. My mother, when I was a year old, she picked up her shit and she left. She left my father because he had a narc mother who basically, the narc mother needs to let the wife know, you don't come before me. And my mother wasn't having that shit. She wasn't having that. So when you're dating a narc, and you meet his mother, and his mama's a narc, they're gonna kind of co-host together to let you know the mama will always come first. So my grandmother, who was a narcissist, hated my mom because all his other girlfriends that he had fell in line, but my mother didn't fall in line to her bullshit. So basically, she hated my mom, and when you have a narcissistic mom, the son, he wants to honor, he wants to satisfy. It's almost like a son husband in a sense, basically. Because she's trained him and abused him since he was a kid to be this way. The narc mother will sabotage all of her son's relationships, okay? Even her daughter's relationships. But in this case, we're talking about my narc father. And because of that, my narc grandmother had my father trained. So whatever relationship he got in, it was whatever my mother wants is what goes. My mother wasn't having that shit. So at a year old, she packed her things up. Unfortunately, she ended up going into another arms of a different narc. And he was even worse. Okay, he was even worse because he ended up beating on her, cheating on her, molested me. A whole bunch of shit happened after that. But anyway, I'm going to tell you how it felt being the daughter of a narcissist, and maybe you can kind of relate, because some of you are going back and forth with your fathers and you're not understanding. You're never going to get that love, you're never going to get that acceptance, because they don't have it in them. You can't expect your narcissistic parent, mother or father, to give you that love, that respect, that honor, when they don't have it in them. They don't care about you. I know. You got to get it through your head. Damn, the man that skeeted me out doesn't give a fuck about me? No, he doesn't. You are just an object. You are just supply. You're just bait to dangle in your mother's honor. Okay? So my father, he never married again. He married my mother, and he literally stalked her. He literally loved her, was obsessed with her until the day she died, until the day he died. He actually died first. My biological father died when I was about 20 years old, and then my mom passed away when I was 23. But this relationship with my narc father, I felt like I was chasing him. That's what it felt like. It literally felt like I was chasing my biological father. So my mother put him on child support because he did not want to take care of me at all. Keep in mind, he was a correction officer, and he also had a car wash. So my biological father had plenty of money. He wasn't a poor man. So he was retired. He had an early retirement because he got hurt on the job as a correction officer. For those of you who are from New York, my father used to work at Rikers, Rikers Island. And, yeah, he didn't want to pay child support, so my mother eventually took him to court, and I began to get child support. And I remember when I was a kid, if I was spending the day with him, he'll say, I'm not buying you food. I'm not buying you anything because your mother gets $1,200 a month in child support. What does that have to do with your spending the day with your kid, whether or not child support is for food, for rent, for school, clothes? Are you kidding me? It was crazy. So he would say things like that. If I wanted Nikes or Reeboks, he'll take me to Payless to get shoes. He'll say, oh, get your mother, who gets $1,200 a month, to buy you Nikes or Reeboks. We're going to Payless. And after a while, I just stopped asking him for things. I didn't get name brand Barbies. Oh, no. I didn't get name brand Barbies. I got like the dollar store Barbie. Okay? If I wanted nice things, my mother had to buy it for me. And this is what the narcissist does. They'll give you the least quality of things. Okay? And it does depend if you are the golden child or if you are the scapegoat, so to say. He did have another daughter but I really don't acknowledge her as my sister because we're really not sure if that's his biological daughter. Being that her mom was a scallywag of the neighborhood, so we're not really sure if that's his biological child, and he never ended up paying child support for that child. But she said to me one day that you get treated better than me. I wonder what that is. So maybe I was the golden child. Who knows? Maybe I was the golden child and she was the scapegoat. Um, One thing I do remember that he would do is he had a lot of girlfriends. Okay, I live in New York and all the five boroughs, and even in Long Island, even in Jersey, even upstate, Connecticut, you name it, North Carolina, South Carolina. My father had women all over the damn globe. Okay, and what was very disturbing is he did not care to the point where he would even drive with me high in the car with him, drunk. I remember him giving me beer when I was a little kid. I remember him smoking, chain smoking cigarettes around me. I would have nosebleeds. He wouldn't care. I grew up not eating pork, but when I was with him, he would try to feed me pork and I would get violently sick. These are the things that the narcissistic parents do to you. It's not about the well-being of the child. It's about hurting the mother or hurting the father. They don't give a flying fuck about you. Okay? So these are the things that he did. He did put me in harm's way. I could have died. I remember choking on a gumball, and instead of him trying to get the gumball out of my mouth, he pulled over the car and literally ran out the car and ran up a hill looking for a payphone. When he should have went around the car, opened up the passenger side door and tried to help me, but that's not what he did as a father. There was times where he would leave me at girlfriends' houses. My mother couldn't find me. Thank God back then I knew my phone number. I would call my mom. And on Monday mornings when I was supposed to be in school, she would have to drive to Long Island and pick me up from one of his girlfriend's house. So this is what you're going to go through with the narcissistic fathers. And you're not going to get that love. You're not going to get that tenderness from them and them telling you that they love you. And because of that, because you weren't loved by them, is the reason why you're in that cycle of not knowing what kind of men to allow into your life. And I was a chaser because I had to chase the love and attention of my father. I ended up chasing the love and attention of men. Hopefully this is helpful to you. I want to hear